or Islamic perspective when they are teaching this particular course. Yeah? The second package is international package. So for this one, we offer 8 courses. So students will have to take 4, yeah, in order to specialize in this package. So again, the courses combination, yeah, of the conventional and Islamic courses. So for Islamic courses, we have number 3, Islamic countries, yeah, in the global world, and then that is basically the Islamic course that we have. But again, the integration of knowledge happens in every course that is offered. The third package is development package, 6 courses, also all conventional with the elements of Islamic perspective. Islamic economics package, so 6 courses, yeah. So they have to take Fit for Economics 3, yeah, Contemporary Economic Thought and Policy, and then issues, yeah, issues in Islamic economics. Then we have Maqasid Al-Sharia, and then economics in Quran and Sunnah, yeah, it's what Quran and Sunnah, and then the economics of zakat, yeah, economics of zakat. So when we look at all the different courses that are offered by the economics department under IIM, so there are different level of integration that have occurred. Yeah. So because this very much depends on the effort and the knowledge of the lecturers teaching the specific courses. So we can the analysis was done by my colleagues, Prof. and Prof. Rosita. So they have categorized the courses offered under economics department under 5 categories. 9 are conventional, basically no integration has been done in these 9 courses. 6 courses have minor integration. Yeah. 5 courses have moderate Islamic content. 3 courses are comparative. Comparative means, according to their definition, is higher level than number 3. Yeah? Higher level of integration compared to number 3. And then 5, we have Islamic economics courses. Yeah? So 5 courses. So as you can see, we still have a high number of courses which have not been integrated. Yeah? So that means lecturers teaching these conventional courses still have to work on and put effort to do the integration process, yeah, in these courses. So that one, what I have mentioned is the integration at the macro level. Yeah? So in terms of combination of courses, for example, we require students to take Fiqh Usul Fiqh, for example, Fiqh for Economies, in addition to the conventional economic courses when they want to, for example, do a program in Islamic in economics at the economics department. The other dimension of integration of knowledge is what I call micro level. Yeah, micro level. So to me, this is a much harder one to accomplish because here you have to. It deals with the specific course taught by the lecturer. Yeah, taught by the lecturer. So here it depends very much on the qualification of the lecturer, the exposure of the lecturer on the Islamization, for example, process or trainings. So that's why you can see that when I showed earlier, there are still a number of courses that have not been, that have not gone through the integration level or process. Yeah? So because this basically falls under the second level, which is the integration at the micro level, which is much harder to undertake. So what I want to share is my experience in teaching international economics. So how I, for example, add the Islamic perspective in the course that I'm teaching. So I think because this the participant of this workshop is coming from the Islamic economics, so maybe some of you are teaching this course as well. So you might give input, yeah, on, for example, how I can better improve, yeah, the Islamic content in this course. Okay, so in international economics, so there are topics that when I teach, for example, I will cover, this is standard, classical trade theory, for example. So, so classical trade theories, so started with, let's say, theory of absolute advantage by Adam Smith, and then theory of comparative advantage by David Ricardo, for example, and then Heckscher-Ohlin theory, propagated by Heckscher and Ohlin. So these theories basically talks about specialization and division of labor. Okay, so this was propagated in basically Adam Smith is 1776. Yeah, but I told the students that actually our Muslim scholar have talked about this idea much earlier, hundreds of years earlier. Yeah, so I mentioned that Ibn Khaldun, for example, yeah, so have started to observe the market during his time, yeah, and he could develop that rough idea on division of labor, yeah. So division of labor, Ibn Khaldun has actually preceded what the so-called Western scholars in classical trade theories. When I talk about, for example, I teach tax or tariff, for example. So of course there are many different types of, this is one example of trade barriers. Yeah. So I would again mention to the students the history of taxation or tariff in early Islam, for example, when it was started, who start to impose taxation, yeah, in the early history of Islam. And then in terms of the position of Islam in the market, for example, yeah, whether Islam is pro or against setting the price, for example. So again, this was discussed. Yeah? And then when I talk about the topic of international relations, yeah? So I also look at the Islamic perspective of international relations. So what would be the basis, let's say, if a Muslim country want to engage in trade with other country, be it a Muslim or non-Muslim country, what would be the principles that should be used? Okay, so I mentioned to them the principle would be benevolence, justice, fairness, based on brotherhood or humanity. Yeah, because this type of principle would guarantee that you would conduct a fair trade, yeah, with the trading partner. Because without these principles, there would be element of exploitation. Yeah, you would want to exploit the trading partner and make sure that you are the only party that benefits from the trade, right? So again, I mentioned that if, let's say, a Muslim country want to engage in a trade or any economic relations with another country, one of the objectives is that the country must make sure that the society benefits. Yeah? So it shouldn't be you trade or engage in an economic relations with other countries to impoverish your own societies. That should not be the objective. Okay? So and sometimes I discuss current issues. For example, let's say the hot issue now is TPPA, for example. Yeah? How, for example, this negotiation, secret negotiation, trade negotiation, yeah, with 11 countries would affect us, yeah, the common people, yeah, because we know that these the terms and conditions were drafted by the advisors of multinational corporations coming from the US. You would expect that the terms and conditions would be in favor of them, not us, right? Again, many scholars have voiced out against, this type of agreement, because it's not a free trade agreement, it's a managed trade agreement to make sure that only one party benefits, not the other party. Yeah. So I hope that through exposing the students with this type of elements, Islamic perspective elements, it would broaden their horizon. Yeah. Not only they learn about the classical trade theory, they would also are equipped with the Islamic, maybe sometimes it's a critique, sometimes it's the solution, sometimes it's suggestion. Okay, so this is what I do at a specific level. Yeah, at a specific level. So IIIT now is active in promoting textbook writing. Yeah, so I'm also in the process of writing this a book. I wouldn't call it textbook because to produce a textbook it requires a long time, and maybe the level or the standard is very high. If you compare, for example, if you look at American textbook, it would be this thick, it would have hundreds of references. Yeah, so I think to produce at that level it requires longer time. Yeah, so but we are in dire need of reading materials. Yeah, so I would welcome, for example, let's say lecturers teaching this subject to co-author, to co-author a book on international economics, so that we can share this, this book, and it can be used by our students at both universities. Yeah. All right. Maybe I also share the latest initiative by the department to offer minor packages to students who are majoring in economics. They can also minor in fiqh, usul fiqh, and also Quran and Sunnah studies. Yeah? So the department used to offer double degree program to our students, yeah? But we stopped this in 2010 because of the certain requirements by the Ministry of Higher Education. So we managed to, I think, graduate around maybe 5 batches, something like that. We are really proud of the graduates, but then that program doesn't last long because of the requirement. But now we want to take initiative to offer minor, so that students, we can enhance the students' knowledge in Arabic, as well as the students' knowledge in usul fiqh, and also Quran and Sunnah. Yeah? So one of the objectives of offering this minor package is to allow our students to be trained in economics, who are trained in economics, for example, to be exposed to Islamic heritage, and then thus they would have combination of knowledge, yeah? Both the modern and the traditional knowledge, so that these generations of Islamic economists will be able to assist in the process of deeper, process in integration of knowledge. Yeah? So recently, I interviewed our double degree graduate. Yeah, she is now working. So I interviewed to take her as our academic staff. Yeah, so she's now working at one of the Islamic banks. Because she has the practical experience, so we had a chat with her, so through her experience, we know that these kind of graduates are really needed at least in the Islamic banking field, because they have both the knowledge, the modern knowledge, the conventional economics, the conventional finance, and also the fiqh knowledge. Yeah? She was relating a story of, she is in a Sharia department. Yeah? So she was relating stories to us that her Sharia colleague graduating from, let's say, the same university, IIM, but who were not exposed to conventional economics, could not understand better the Islamic banking product. Yeah? They Their concern would be whether the product is Sharia compliant or not, looking at the contract. Yeah? But for her, because she was trained in both areas, she would also look at what would be the implication if the banks offer this product. Would the society be affected, for example? Yeah? So this is the advantage of integration of knowledge. So the graduate would be able to do a better job compared to, for example, graduates who are exposed to only traditional education, and also graduates who are only exposed to modern education, conventional economics only. Yeah? So we really need this kind of people, right? So, okay. So these are basically the courses that the students have to take. I know this is very small. So basically, they have to take additional 14 courses. All are in Arabic. No, 11 are in Arabic, 3 are in English, so that it could sharpen their Arabic skill and also their knowledge in fiqh, usul fiqh. And this is the minor package in Quran and Sunnah. Also, they have to take 14. Yeah? 14. Majority of the courses are in Arabic, right? So what are the challenges if we want to, for example, undertake the process of integration and Islamization of knowledge? Yeah? So this entire process depends very much on the quality of human resource that we have. Yeah? So and the ability of the lecturers to critically evaluate conventional economics from the Islamic perspective. Majority of the lecturers, at least at IIIM, are coming from the Western universities. We were trained, only Western economics, like myself. Yeah. So I have certain limitations, for example, in doing integration. So I'm still learning Arabic, for example, so that I can better equip myself to further undertake this process. So how to solve this problem of, for example, the quality of human resource that we have? Perhaps through this effort that is undertaken by IIIT, for example, by organizing this type of workshop, yeah, by pushing for lecturers, scholars to write textbook or reading materials, for example. This can, for example, solve the problems that we are facing. But again, maybe writing a textbook, producing reading materials also takes time. So what to do in the as a short-term solution? So again, perhaps the curriculum review should be undertaken. Yeah, should be undertaken by every department to ensure that the integration process is done. To look at, for example, what my colleagues have done is to classify the courses that are offered under the economics department under 5 categories. So they discover that there are still, a lot more courses that are not being integrated. So again, this is done collectively at the department level. So maybe for lecturers that do not have or are not equipped to undertake the Islamization process or integration process, maybe they can, for example, sign up or they can undergo the training, for example, training modules to train lecturers how to include, and integrate, for example, the modern knowledge and the Islamic perspective. Okay, so again, the effort undertaken by IIIT and to a certain extent also IIIT, which is under IDB, is commendable. Yeah, to write textbook, to for example ask the lecturers or scholars to provide reading materials so that this integration process can take place and develop further. Okay, I think that will be all from me.
Thank you Prof. Norma, Saad. Setelah ini akan dilanjutkan oleh Gontor yang akan memberi sekilasan tentang yang sudah dilakukan di program ekonomi Islam Ini karena terkait yang performa di ekonomi, proyek di ekonomi Islam sesuai dengan permintaan performa tadi di awal. Nanti setelah asar kita lanjutkan dengan lebih spesifik textbook mana yang kira-kira bisa dilakukan. Kata juga Datuk Wira, Prof. Dr. Datuk Jamil Usman juga meminta teman-teman dari Prodi MB dan Prodi HES juga menyerahkan kurikulum masing-masing yang sudah disiapkan. Mungkin bisa disiapkan seproyan. Tadi Prof. Norma menjelaskan bahwa di dalam pengalaman Islamisasi di dalam desain kurikulum, beliau melihat ada dua level, ada level makro, ada level mikro. Level makro yang dimaksudkan adalah adanya mendesain kombinasi kurikulum, mana yang konvensional, mana yang Islamic, mana yang untuk universitas, mana yang kuliah, departemen, dan seterusnya. Sedangkan yang lebih berat menurut pengalaman Prof. Norma adalah pada level mikro, pada level mikro, yaitu di level bagaimana dosen melakukan Islamisasi di dalam materi terkait. Nah, ini yang memang menjadi hal yang harus diperhatikan bersama oleh semua departemen. Bagaimana dosen betul-betul joining the project of IIIT. Bagaimana semua dosen kemudian sadar dan menjalani proses Islamization of contemporary law. Yang tadi juga menarik bisa kita lihat bahwa setelah tidak diperbolehkannya ada double degree karena banyaknya persyaratan yang sedemikian rupa, kemudian Departemen of Economics melakukan solusi yang agak mirip, yaitu mengadakan lulusan yang bisa mengambil minor di prodi lain. Tadi yang disebutkan di prodi fikih dan usul fiqh dan di prodi Quranic Studies. Sehingga akan ada lulusan yang lulus ekonomi, namun juga ada kepakaran yang lebih terkait usul fiqh, fikih ekonomi dan seterusnya yang diambil dalam bahasa Arab sepenuhnya. Karena kalau di Departemen Ekonomi rata-rata full bahasa Inggris, dan biasanya kalau di Departemen usul fikih usul fiqh kebanyakan materinya dalam bahasa Arab. Ya, kalau ini bisa terjadi akan sangat luar biasa. Tentu ini berbeda kasus dengan yang kita rasakan di sini, karena di kita tentunya bahasa Arab dan bahasa Inggris kita tuntutkan kepada dosen untuk sama-sama dijalankan. Ada dosen yang mengampu materi dalam bahasa Inggris, ada dosen juga yang mengampu materi di dalam bahasa Arab. Mungkin nanti sekilas akan juga diceritakan oleh Ustaz Royan Romdani. Waktu dan tempat kami berikan kepada Ustaz Royan Romdani sebagai Ketua Departemen Ekonomi Islam, Fakultas Ekonomi dan Manajemen.
Yang kami hormati Pak Rektor dan Prof. Datuk Jamil, Prof.